This is the Leadership of Ken Blanchard by Tammy Rogers for Fort Hays State University, AEP 855. Ken Blanchard was born in New Jersey in 1939. He was raised in New York. He received a bachelor's degree in political science from Cornell University, a master's degree in sociology from Colgate University, and his PhD in education management and leadership from Cornell University. He is the co-founder of the Ken Blanchard Companies with his wife in 1979, and he is listed as the Chief Spiritual Officer of the Ken Blanchard Companies. The Ken Blanchard Companies is an international management training and consulting firm. His books have sold over 18 million copies and been translated into 42 different languages. Some noteworthy books from Ken Blanchard is The 1 Minute Manager, Raving Fans, A Revolutionary Approach to Customer Service, Gung Ho, The Heart of a Leader, Well Done, The Power of Positive Relationships, and Servant Leader. His 21st Century Leadership. Ken Blanchard states that servant leadership is the key to surviving and thriving in the 21st century. The phrase servant leadership was first coined in 1970 by Robert Greenleaf. Servant leadership. The leaders are optimists. Leaders hold empathy for people. They lead through service to others, and it places the need of others above all. Servant leadership addresses responsibilities and relationships between parents and children, educators and students, employees and customers, investors and shareholders. To be quoted by Robert Greenleaf, it begins with the natural feeling that one wants to serve first. Then conscious choice brings one to aspire to lead. Ken Blanchard and servant leadership. Ken Blanchard sees that leaders have two roles, vision and implementation. Vision. Once a vision is clear, the servant leader helps people achieve their goals. In the visionary role, the leaders are the definer of direction. They must communicate their mission, values, and beliefs the organization aspires to for its people. In implementation, the leader coaches and trains to drive the vision for the success of all stakeholders. The servant leader is constantly trying to find out what his or her people need to be successful. Servant leaders help people win. Coaching is the key. Performance coaching. Leaders must coach when individuals need help returning their performance to acceptable standards. Development coaching. Leaders must coach when individuals are performing at high levels and need to expand their roles. Career coaching. Leaders must coach when individuals have reached a level and they are ready to make their next move. Coaching to support learning. Leaders must coach when individuals need training or further learning. And leaders must create an internal coaching culture. Leaders must coach and encourage coaching to ensure long-term growth and development. Ken Blanchard and coaching. To quote Ken Blanchard, if we want to make our schools perform at a higher level, we can't rely on old top-down leadership strategies. We have no choice but to engage in the deliberate process of coaching our school staff. Ken Blanchard goes on to state, our capacity to grow determines our capacity to lead. We must continuously learn, reflect, and improve upon our classroom practices. Effective teacher leadership requires us to grow with our at-promise students to help them be successful in this rapidly changing world. How school leaders can implement servant leadership. First, see the future. Have a vision. Know where your school currently is and where you want to take it. Engage and develop people. Treat your staff well. Work to turn the school hierarchy upside down. Focus on developing people to fit into the school's future. Continued, how school leaders can implement servant leadership. Reinvent continuously. Continuously work on your development as a leader. Instill desire for improvement and reinvention among staff, and keep in mind the school is there to serve the students, not the other way around. How school leaders can implement servant leadership. Continue. Value results in relationships. Value results in relationships with students, teachers, staff, parents, and the community. Maintain high expectations for those results and relationships. Embody the values. Build all leadership on trust. Leadership among the community. According to Ken Blanchard, people often resent change when they have no involvement in how it should be implemented. So contrary to the popular belief, people don't resist change, they resist being controlled. Ken Blanchard, leading at a higher level. Leadership among the community. Involve the community in your school. Survey their thoughts and ideas. Know that your school is serving them as well. None of us is as smart as all of us. Quote by Ken Blanchard. Other famous quotes by Ken Blanchard. The key to successful leadership today is influence, not authority. Too many leaders act as if the sheep, their people, are there for the benefit of the shepherd, not that the shepherd has responsibility for the sheep. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. In the past, a leader was a boss. Today's leaders must be partners with their people. They can no longer lead solely based on positional power. This concludes my presentation on the leadership of Ken Blanchard. Thank you.